shocking, thrilling, controversial. But that's enough about the Royal Rumble. We're here to review episode 5 of Doctor Who, Fugitive of the Judoon, and oh boy, a lot happened in this episode that we need to break down. And to break it down with me, I have my two usual co-hosts. Firstly, to my virtual left, he has the right to remain silent, but really chooses to exercise it. It's FreezingInferno.
Wow! Holy fuck!
And to my virtual right, hang on a second. Yeah, that was a bit nasty even for me, wasn't it? Yeah. And to my virtual right, don't worry, you get off lightly this week. And to my virtual right, she's a bad girl for life. It's Kat.
For a second, I thought I said that, and I was like, no, don't do that.
No, I'm sorry. That was just revenge for a couple of weeks of insults from him to me. But it's okay. It's all good. Water on the bridge now. He says, lying through his teeth, because he knows he's going to get the receipt later this podcast. Right.
Oh, probably. We'll see.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Oh, you sweet summer child. Right. So, yeah, this thing that we call Fugitive of the Judoon.
I just
should know what the absolute fuck.
Where do you even start with this? I mean, I'll tell you what we'll start. We'll start with the pre-episode publicity, because the BBC decided to lay their hand on the table, straight up. They said, you can't miss this episode. You said, if you thought the Master returning was big, you wait till you see what we do next. And everyone was like, well, you did that 2 weeks ago, Vulcan 55, and the big thing was the climate change speech. So I don't believe you. And I didn't believe them. I thought, oh yeah, they're hyping up something of nothing again. And I was wrong. I was so wrong.
Hey, Kat, do it.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Do it.
Continue on while I get this.
Okay.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, okay. I know what's coming.
You admitted it, so yeah. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. And
be good.
There we go. Yes, I admit it. This time I was wrong.
Well, that's okay. Hang on. I gotta send one more thing.
Oh God, do we have time for this?
Yes. This
Opening
one is
it
to me.
Oh. Yet another one for Kat.
It is not the Master, so.
Oh yes, you were wrong. You were half right. You got the right species to the Fugitive.
Well, let's be fair. I don't think anybody could have guessed that.
No. There were some rumours. There were some apparent leaks about who Ruth Clayton actually was. I don't think they said who she actually was. I think they said she was the Timeless Child.
Nobody could have guessed this.
She still could be. We don't know.
Knows?
Unfortunately, we don't know a lot about this. This is kind of the problem. This is a very hard episode to review in isolation.
Well, I would like to start at the beginning of the episode, if I may, with a point that not a lot of people are going to make, because this episode is credited to Vinay Patel, writer of the excellent Demons of the Punjab from last year, possibly the best Series 11 story, if It Takes You Away isn't your cup of tea. Definitely top 2 for sure. It's a co-write between him and Chris Chibnall. Now, it seems pretty obvious, considering the general arc of the story and whatnot, where Chris Chibnall's input lies in the script. A bit, and it is going to be the subject of much discussion a little later on in the show for us. But I feel that we really shouldn't let Patel be overshadowed by Chibnall's big, stonking, arc word nonsense, what in the fuckery he's done. And nowhere is this clearer to me than the opening. It's all about Ruth Clayton. We really get to know her in those first couple of minutes. We open on her having breakfast. She's got a nice husband. She's ready for Monday. She lives in a lovely place in how do you say it? Gloucester? Gloucester. Thank you. I'm not English at all. She lives in Gloucester, which is a very nice place. Very lovely. It's just picturesque. Perfect place you'd like to live in for a relaxing time. Just idyllic country life. She gives tours.
Retirement.
Yeah, she gives tours. People don't really want to take the tours, but she knows a lot about the place. And she's got lots of friends, like the nice old lady, or that really fucking weird barista.
No.
Yeah, it's just, hey, here's this lady. She has a nice life. It's all going to go to shit.
Oh my god. I just realized. This is a mirror of John Smith.
Mirror of what? Sorry?
John Smith.
Yeah.
Oh,
Family
yeah,
Blood
Human
episodes.
Nature, yes.
Of course, exactly.
One of the more critically acclaimed David Tennant episodes.
Well, yeah. So, yes, thank you, Kat, for pointing Doctor Who mirror alert. Okay. But before we get into all that and scream and yell, I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate what I don't know which parts for sure Chibnall did and Patel didn't, but I'm assuming Patel did everything around the big arc reveals.
Yeah.
So I want to take a moment to appreciate the fact that, kind of like Demons, we really get to know this lady's life and sympathize with her and see her go through a horrible situation, and we eventually do witness her loss, as Kat said with the mirroring, because it is, like John Smith, a loss. Ruth Clayton is gone by the end of this episode.
Yeah. But it's how she's gone that's the real talking point here.
I just didn't want to have that part, Vinay Patel's achievement of tragedy again, that we all get to witness, which is, again, the theme running with Themes of the Punjab. I just didn't want that to get overshadowed by all Chibnall yelling and arc bullshit that we're going to yell about. So that's a charm for the episode, and actually, I wasn't really feeling it after initial broadcast, but then I wrote about it, and I had to force myself to go, okay, I'm devoting a paragraph just to talk about everything Patel did, because I want to be entirely fair and not just make this review screaming about Chibnall. And I actually found a new appreciation for that part of the episode as I wrote. I'm like, as I'm writing this, this actually makes a lot of sense. This is actually really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can make it a little bit easier for you. If you look at the way this episode is structured, the plot is specifically structured into 3 parts or 3 acts. So you've got Act 1, introduction to Ruth, her husband Lee, and the threat of the Judoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Act 2 is big reveal number 1. Act 3 is big reveal number 2. Act 1 is clearly Vinay Patel's work.
Act 2, I think, has a little bit. It's a split.
Act 2 is a half and half, yeah, and Act 3 is all Chibnall.
That makes sense
As
to
far
me.
as I can tell, all the good emotional stuff is totally Patel. Everything else after the Judoon come in is definitely Chris Chibnall.
That makes sense, because Chibnall is not exactly shown himself to be the best with portraying emotional stuff.
Whereas
Doctor
Vinay
Who.
Patel, again. No shit.
I'll just get out of the way here. Colonialism! I can't even say it. Colonialism! There we go.
Colonialism.
Bad Empire stuff. That's covered it.
Churchill did the
To
naughty.
be before they decide to just leave everybody else.
Yes. There's a point outside of the big
so
arc.
mad about everybody leaving them, they decided that, fuck it, we're leaving now too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Don't be? Okay.
No, I mean, it's a thing that's happening. Brexit is happening on the 31st of January. It might be good, it might be terrible. There's no point dwelling on it. There's no point in feeling apocalyptic about it. It happens, Whatever happens will happen.
That's true.
So,
That's
what are you going to pick for your Mad Max name right now?
Blood Rain.
Oh, very good.
There we go.
I think the makers of a certain vampire video game and film franchise might have a little to say about that, but we'll see if we can.
Well, he is known to box the people who criticize him.
Yeah, don't worry. I think Brainiac can beat the shit out of Uwe Boll. You're taller than him. You've got the advantage.
I admire your confidence in my fighting abilities.
You're taller than him.
Let's
You've got
hope
the
he
advantage.
never sees this because he might actually decide to go ahead and do that to Raniac.
What did you just say? I told him that before I could take him in a fight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vince
Fred
McMahon.
said you could take him in a fight.
Thank you, Vince McMahon, for that pearl of wisdom. Right.
It was me all along,
I'm
Austin.
sorry, but no.
Can we get to something that's apart from all the art bullshit that I want to highlight
Absolutely, please.
as a particular
highlight
good
as
thing
much.
about this episode? Jodie Whittaker.
Yes.
Yeah,
She is
yeah.
really coming into her own now as the Doctor.
Mm.
Last series, she felt like an actor playing a part.
Mhm.
It felt like Jodie Whittaker is an actress playing the role of the 13th Doctor. Now she's feeling like she is the Doctor.
And all it took was killing Gallifrey and making her all dark and depressed.
I don't think it was
I am
just
so
that.
depressed.
Again.
I don't think it was just that. I think she needed a year or so to break into the role.
Mhm.
Sometimes these things take time. Just because David Tennant took to it like a duck to water, and Peter Capaldi...
I think she just needed better writers.
That too.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that, but yes. This is supposed to be me praising
Oh, I
Jodie
will.
Whittaker, the actress.
She's good. Don't worry.
She's really, really good in this. Her interactions with Ruth Clayton and the Judoon captain are both excellent.
Quite nice.
Yeah. As is the running gag about a Judoon platoon near the moon.
Lagoon.
Yeah, your platoon of Judoon near that lagoon. That's not a lagoon, it's a lake.
It's more of a canal.
Canal, that's it. Oh, yes.
But, yeah, I mean, for all I could complain about, oh no, it's the dark, depressed doctor. You don't know a thing about me. Don't try to be sympathetic. No, that shit, like, normally I would be like, oh, Christ, Chibnall. But I feel like there could be a point, and it's shown at the end of the episode, which we'll get to.
She's making it work for me.
Yeah.
She's really starting to develop her own distinctive personality as the Doctor.
Which is?
Okay, well, not just the darker thing, but she's got a great feeling of insecurity about her.
So she's anxious.
That's something I don't think we've seen, certainly in the modern era.
I would say she's more of a conglomeration of all the ones we've seen before, because we can pick out all these different parts. It's like, you know, the 11th Doctor had a little bit of anxious moments, but not quite as much as she did. She's a big inventor. You know, there's all these different parts that she's pulling from the past, which I think works.
It's fun. She's good. I like Jodie.
Yeah, she's really starting to grow on me now.
Yeah, she's doing really well. I mean, she's got her dress sense from the 6th Doctor.
She is also saying, as you say, she's showing signs of becoming darker. She's feeling distant from her companions at times. In this episode, she's openly snapping at her companions.
There will be a point. I'll get to it, but we've got a lot to talk about.
There's a point, but at least there's actually a reason for her having this sudden darker turn, and it's the Master, it's Gallifrey. It's the fact she's trying to find the Master again, thinking he's escaped the Kasavan dimension.
It's really a desperation, in a sense. It's just like, I really hope he broke out, because I need to know what the fuck.
That's the word I'm looking for, desperation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, Jodie Whittaker does great. The companions, not so much.
Well, that's mainly due to the structure of the episode, and we'll get to that.
But
Yeah.
it's worse than that, unfortunately. But we when we get to big reveal number 1, I'll touch on that.
I did like, yes, this interaction with the Judoon, you know. Hey, she's a cop. Now she knows. Yeah. Local Earth Rule 12. Yeah.
They remembered that Yaz was a cop for about 30 seconds.
Of course Vinay Patel remembered it, because he probably, invented Yaz for Demons of the Punjab.
Yeah.
That kind of annoyed me, too. It's just like, literally the Doctor sends Yaz down because you can speak their language. You're both cops. And then she goes down and immediately gets poofed.
Thanks, Chris!
We never get to find out if she can speak their language. I suspect she probably could.
One really disappointing thing for me. Well, not really disappointing. It's mildly disappointing. We never got Jodie Whittaker speaking Judoon speak.
Yeah, no 13th Doctor Judoon rap battle. No rap battle.
No rap battle.
Okay,
0 out of 10. Thank you very much for everyone for listening to Doctor Who reviews this week.
We didn't hear Jodie going.
Yes, I know. The doctor. The doctor did, but still, Jodie.
Yeah. No, we didn't get the rap battle, so 0 out of 10.
Episode ruined.
Yeah.
Episode ruined.
Thank you everyone for listening to the Doctor Who reviews podcast.
Cancel the series.
Get back here.
That's all right. This is not like Home 55 where I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about this one a lot.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I got Orphan 55 mentions coming later.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you kind of have to. Let's also talk a bit about they were kind of painted as the monster of the week, and they were another one of the sort of the red herrings of this episode. But for about 10 minutes, they are the main threat. It's the Judoon. The Judoon are back.
Yay.
Okay.
Their first appearance in this show for 11 years?
I hang on.
9 years. They're in the Alliance.
No. Wait. Or are we counting Sarah Jane show?
In the Sarah Jane show, you're right. So it would be 9 years.
There were a couple living in the Trap Street and Face the Raven.
Oh, there you go then. Okay, if there was some in the Trap Street I've just missed, that's 6 years. The last full-time appearance was proper appearance, not a cameo. Was Sarah Jane Adventures, Prison of the Judoon. In Doctor Who, it was they only had one full episode before this, which was Smith and Jones.
And they were in Stolen Earth.
They were in Stolen Earth as part of the Shadow Proclamation. They were in Pandora Corrupts as part of the Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, not a right lot to we've seen of them. But they do get a bit of moments to shine here, and they're quite brutal.
Well, it's like their scheme is basically just it's the Series 3 opener again. Oh, there's a rogue alien. Let's quarantine this entire thing and catalog every human down here and find the alien and extrajudicially assassinate.
Yes.
So it's kind of a rehash in that sense, but that's not the main plot of the.
No, they even mentioned that they haven't got jurisdiction on Earth usually, and that's a callback to Smith and Jones.
Well, there you go.
That's why they have to take them to the moon.
The Judoon platoon on the moon.
Yes.
As it were. Thank you.
In June.
I think it was in April, but unfortunately,
Well, it also wasn't a lagoon, so.
True.
Well, at least we didn't get the police brutality episode.
No, we didn't. So,
we did get that really fucking weird barista got.
We got some police brutality. He was stupid enough to push a Judoon, so
can
he got executed.
Can we talk about how fucking weird?
Let's also not forget Granny with her knitting. So.
Yeah, Granny with her knitting. Yeah. Can we talk about how fucking weird that barista was? Though?
Yeah, he was weird.
All years old, yeah.
He was creepy as fuck.
And here's the funny thing: there are definitely people out there who run cafes and that who are like that.
There are people who run cafes who have dossiers on.
No, obviously that bit's a bit of dramatic license taken to the extreme. But there are people that are a bit weird in cafes and that.
Fucking nice guy incel over here.
Oh, did you have to call him an incel?
I don't know what the fuck he is.
No, listen, Jerry. Doctor Who is one of my one few bastions of protection where I don't have to worry about bullshit like incels and things like that.
All right.
I'm not bringing that into this.
I'll walk that back. I apologize.
I won't. He's definitely an incel.
I was going to say you're right, and I hate you for it, but you're right.
Well. There's your revenge for calling me mean names.
Yeah, fair enough. I brought that on myself.
Still, whatever you call him, he was fucking weird.
Yes, Alan is strange. About the bit with the cake's funny.
Hmm.
Oh, I've got that cake. I've decorated it myself. You can do better.
And Graham's comment on the cake. Oh, what kind of cake is that?
That's the worst cake I've ever seen.
Do you know what they named him in this episode?
All Ears Alan?
All Ears Alan, yeah. I said that.
He gave himself that name.
He gave himself the nickname. No wonder he got killed.
Oh, jeez.
You can't give yourself a nickname in fiction that's meant to live. Come on now.
I mean, he was played by a guy who had decently sized ears, although Rainiac could have done better.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
You make one appearance in the audience on Question Time, and suddenly everyone wants to insult you.
Yeah. You gave Nigel Farage an opportunity to make a snowflake joke.
Not intentionally.
I forgot about that.
Anyway, we got the last laugh on that because his party didn't win any seats in the election. Yeah, but they've done their job. We're leaving the European Union. Back to non-politics then. Yeah.
Okay. So back to non-politics.
Sorry. Did Judoon execute Alan? They don't execute the old lady. She runs into the force field.
I'm sorry. I like how you just said, okay, in non-politics. Back to the police brutality in this episode.
Yeah. Here's the thing about the Judoon, right? They do ramp up how they were in Smith & Jones a little bit, Chibnall and Patel. They're now seen as guns for hire, literal guns for hire.
I'm pretty sure I looked at a clip of Smith & Jones before the episode aired. I'm pretty sure Tennant says something to that effect, that they're like for hire.
Yeah, well, they take it to another level.
I
still don't think they're full on villains.
Let me get the transcript live.
When you get that, I'll make my point. I don't think they're still full on villains. I mean, the old woman is not disintegrated on purpose. She runs into the force field out of fear. They did nothing to stop her.
They did give her compensation for destroying her knitting.
Yeah, because they said it was a weapon.
I got the quote.
Yeah.
What are Judoon? They're like police. Well, police for hire. They're more like interplanetary thugs.
Okay. So the hired muscle.
Yeah. Hired goons.
It's goons. Hired goons.
Wait. A Judoon platoon of hired goons near the moon.
Thank you.
No, you guys. They're one warthog away from being Bebop and Rocksteady.
No! Oh no!
Oh my god, it is!
Oh Jesus!
Can I just pitch? Whoever gets a writing gig, if you're listening to this, whoever gets a writing gig for Series 13, do a story where there's a race of warthog aliens working with Judoon. It writes itself.
Please.
Get me on the phone with Caitlin Smith. I have an untold adventure.
Oh my gosh, I'm actually crying. That's so funny.
Get me a hotline to Big Finish. Have I got a pitch for them?
Oh God.
If I can do this episode, I think Big Finish will have their hands full for the next 10 years. But anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're full-on villains.
They're antagonists.
And they're antagonists again, but they are kind of another red herring.
Well, yeah.
Oh, one thing I do want to mention, by the way, there's a lovely tribute to somebody in the end credits.
Oh yeah.
The Judoon captain who's a female, by the way. That was kind of a turn for the box. Judoon captain is Pol Con Don, and that's she is named in tribute to a late Doctor Who superfan named Paul Condon, which is a nice touch, I think.
Rest in peace, Paul Condon. His favorite episode was probably Tomb of the Cybermen.
Do you know that for a fact, or?
No.
Okay.
That's why I said probably.
Awkward. Right. I don't think they're full-on villains. I think their employer is a full-on villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cat.
Yeah. Let's talk about the two red herrings here. Let's fry these particular fish. So there are two big. There are two big red herrings. Producer Nikki Wilson said this episode was packed with twists and turns, and she wasn't wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And just a genius to cast Neil Stuke as Lee. He is an actor who is well known in this country for playing very shady characters. So when he shows up,
I see.
He shows up, and the Judoon say, we're looking for a fugitive. You eventually think, oh, right, it's that guy. Of course it's that guy.
Well,
It's always that guy.
Even if you don't know this, like we did, I mean, the fact that creepy-ass all-ears Alan has a dossier on him makes you think, oh, he's obviously an alien in disguise and they're after him. But no,
it's not that. It's not that.
They played it really well.
Yeah, for the 20 minutes into the episode, it's disappointing we never really get to find out.
Definitely like fooled you into thinking.
We do find out who he is indirectly.
Who he is?
But it would have been nice to know it more directly.
Well, that's probably getting into more like
we find out from
what
Gat,
the deal is with Ruth Clayton.
Gat basically says that we're so alike, we have identical training, so you can infer that he is like her. And then Gat herself is a red herring because when she showed up in the trailer, we had our typical "it's the Ronnie dumbass" moment.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Spoiler alert, she wasn't the Rani dumbass, but I did think she was going to be a time lady, and I did think she was going to be like one from the show's past.
You son of a bitch, how did you call that?
Well, I didn't really call that because, she was a time lady, but she was not one from the show's past, or of any real importance at all. She was another red herring.
Yep.
Yeah.
The episode's full of them, and it sets the structure for the most part really well. This takes you places.
To the point where there's too many red herrings, where it's like, all right, fine, just hurry up and get to the thing already.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. They have just enough.
I will confess that as soon as there's
you mean like a
as soon as they're going all in on Ruth, damn it. As soon as they're going all in on Lee being the fugitive that they were after, I knew it wasn't him. I knew it was going to be his wife. I didn't know who his wife was. I don't think anybody did. But I had a feeling she was the fugitive they were after. And I was right. And this episode is just chock full of them. There are too many to list, and I probably missed a few. I'd have to watch it again just to catch them all. But there are some nice clues. There are some nice little bits of misdirection. And when done right, misdirection is really, really good as a means of storytelling. If you do it too often or the wrong way, it feels like a cop-out. It feels like you're cheating the audience. Here, I think they just about got away with it. That was clearly Vinay Patel's work.
Yeah.
I'm being unfair on Chibnall there, actually. I think Chibnall is proving that he can write.
This is kind of like... Yeah.
You can be unfair on Chibnall. We all will be.
We're doing that thing where we're like, all the good shit is from the writer we like, and all the bad shit's from the writer.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it is.
I think Chibnall is starting to show he can write. Controversial statement, I know, but I think he is. But
I will say this.
Yeah.
I will say this, given how Spyfall turned out. Chibnall has learned how to set up an interesting premise.
Can he finish it?
Good fucking question.
That's the question,
sure
isn't
shit
it?
didn't in Spyfall.
He can start, can he finish? That sounds really rude. Not like that.
Oh my god.
Not like that.
Well, speaking
in high
of
school, he can start stuff, but he can't finish.
Oh my god.
Well, speaking of innuendo, how about we get to big reveal number 1?
Big reveal number 1, thank you. Thank you for rescuing that for me. Yeah.
You see, that's the one thing I know on this show. It's good segue.
Can I do it?
Go.
Alright, so we've just seen the old lady get pulverized by the barrier. And we see Graham talking to Alan. And Alan's being... And Graham picks up a cupcake, and all of a sudden he's gone. And it's instantly like, oh, now what do they do? Then he comes onto a ship. A nice big ship. And something's talking to him. And I'm like, hey, that sounds a lot like Jack. That really sounds a lot like Jack. And then 5 seconds later, oh my god! It's Jack!
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Captain Jack fucking Harkness is back in Doctor Who. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah!
Well,
Holy crap!
that's certainly a surprise.
Yes, I know that certain people are not a fan of John Barrowman. I'm not going to get into that. But the character...
I'm a fan of John Barrowman. I met him. He's nice.
Yeah, the character is great. And has been sorely missed on this show, and it's great to see him back. Maybe not the way he's implemented in this episode, but
I have things to say about Kat.
Yeah, I'm playing you into it. I'm playing into it.
Yeah, let's see if you agree with me on this, Fres.
Yeah. I don't think I do, but get those surveys.
Can we first just give another bit of applause here to the BBC and to John Barrowman himself for hiding his involvement in this episode?
Can we give scorn to me being a dumbass on Twitter and being like, okay, I'm going to mute every person I follow who would tweet Doctor Who stuff. Going to mute all of them for the 7 hours between the episode airing in the UK and the episode airing here, so I won't be spoiled. The one alt account of somebody, I won't name them, the one alternate account had to tweet Captain Jack and 13 meeting or something. And I'm like, fuck. God damn it!
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, there goes the twist. I can't have any nice things.
I said to you, stay off the internet.
I muted. I thought I muted everybody. I really tried.
Yeah.
But the fact that this was in the episode as a big surprise. It was hyped. Oh, you don't want to miss it. And the fact that this big shocker. Holy shit. John Barrowman is back as Captain Jack Hartman. I thought, oh, well, that's the big reveal. Oh, okay.
And you were meant to.
And we were meant to, yeah. They played us like a damn fiddle.
That's the genius of this episode.
But that second twist remained unspoken. Thank God for it. But we're not there yet. No, Captain Jack. But do y'all have any more praise about this before I become a negative Nancy?
I'm going to say, praise to the BBC for keeping him secret and to the lengths they went to do this. And John Barrowman went to some lengths as well. So to hide the fact he was going to Cardiff to be involved in the episode, John Barrowman told all his fans online on social media he was renovating his flat in Cardiff.
Uh-huh.
And then this was originally a lie, but by the end he was so committed to maintaining his offer, he ended up renovating his flat for real.
He renovated his fucking house.
Because people were asking, "Oh, what's this looking like, John? What are the curtains looking like?" Oh shit! So he had to go out, get curtains, get a desk.
Well, I already picked out the new tiles in the bathroom. Might as well do it all.
Oh my fucking
So now it's
God.
renovated. It looks terrific, he says, but it all stemmed from him having to keep his involvement in this a secret. Because Chris Chibnall said to him, "You're not tell anybody." He immediately told his parents and his sister. But
I can just imagine.
oh no, sorry, he didn't tell his parents. No, he told his sister and his partner.
I can imagine John Barrowman tearing down the drywall.
Yeah.
God damn it, Chris Chibnall. Look what you made me do.
I don't know if he's married, he's in a civil partnership, or he's just got a boyfriend or what, but his partner, he told him straight away.
Okay.
And then he told his sister because they've worked on Torchwood together, they've written comic books on Torchwood together, so he felt she's a big Doctor Who fan, she needs to know. He didn't tell anybody else. Those were the only three people that knew about it on Barrowman's end. The BBC also went to great lengths to hide his involvement.
He's married.
Yeah, thank you. On the scripts for the episode, John Barrowman obviously does not appear. But an actor who is credited under a pseudonym that's an anagram of the name Rose Tyler appears.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's John Barrowman.
Oh, my God.
And also his scenes were shot away from their usual studio.
Oh, Jesus
and he was hidden in cars and hidden behind umbrellas and black fabric. They went the whole 9 yards.
Christ. No. Oh.
And he was also going to appear way back in Series 6 with John Barrowman. In A Good Man Goes to War.
Oh, jeez.
He was going to be part of the Doctors Alliance. Unfortunately, the actor was unable to appear, and so Vastra and Jenny were written into the plot instead.
You know, I'm fine with this because it gave us Vastra and Jenny.
Yeah, they're good characters.
They're excellent characters.
And it's a good example of taking an unfortunate thing and making a good thing out of it.
Well, what?
Oh, we can't get the big guest star. What do? How about we create some new characters instead?
I remember 2013. Christopher Eccleston doesn't want to come back for the 50th. What am I going to do? John Hurt.
Yeah, exactly. When life gives you lemons and all that. Okay, I've got the background of Jet Spears out of the way. Hit us with the criticism.
You got any more positives, Kat?
No.
Okay. Okay.
This is going to the part.
I'm very happy for people who are super excited about Captain Jack being back, and I equally think so. What did I say in the review here? This made a lot of people who love Captain Jack very happy, and it made a lot of people who don't like John Barrowman very unhappy. I don't want to focus on either of those right now. What I want to focus on is what the man actually does in the episode, which is deliver arc bullshit. Actually, his role is twofold. His role is, one, deliver arc bullshit. Alone, Cyberman, don't. It's important. The fate of the universe depends on get those companions out of the plot so the Doctor and Ruth can go on their own adventure. Which kind of sucks for Graham, Ryan, and Yaz because they sit around gawking at Captain Jack for 30 minutes.
And I can safely say we had pretty much the exact same problem with his. What a waste.
Yeah.
This is like here's the thing. This could, they do clearly write it for Captain Jack. Like, they make him, he's playing character well. I'll give it that, but this could have been anyone. This could have been Maisie Williams as me. This could have been Clara. This could have been Martha Jones. This could have been anybody.
This could have been K9.
This could have been K9. The only reason it's Captain Jack is to make everybody go, Captain Jack! No offense to you for that reaction. I had the same reaction, but it is the first time in memory I felt actively pandered to by Doctor Who. Like, the only reason he's here is to light up that little part of my brain that goes, I know Captain Jack! This episode's automatically better because Captain Jack's in it and I recognize the thing. Like, it's on the same fucking level as a Doug Walker video or the Angry Video Game Nerd game or some shit in that regard. Like, usually in Doctor Who, when they bring back something, there's a point to be made to it. Like, okay, I'm bringing back the Cybermen. I've got a new unique spin on it. Or here's a Dalek. I've got my own take on this. So, it's Doctor Who. You bring back a new element and you add a new twist to it. You bring back something old and add a new twist to it. That's what I say. Captain Jack, there's no new twist to it. He's just there to say, here are some arc words for the episode. Hi, I'm John Barrowman. I'm going to go now. Bye.
Basically.
He's literally there just to sexually harass the companions and then fuck off.
Yep.
It is a shame that they reduced into a walking story arc plot dump. But again, it's going to depend on how they follow up on this. If he shows up again in the finale, if this is just a preview for the Avengers series finale, I'm okay with it.
This is the fucked up thing with reviewing the Chibnall era. I've said it before. I think you got to take it kind of almost asks you to take it on good faith. Like, oh, this sucks, but maybe in 5 weeks it'll pan out to something.
Yeah, or maybe
I've said
it won't.
This before on the show.
It's hard to basically trust in Chibnall's ability to pay off a storyline down the line, because so far he hasn't really done that.
Right here and now, this wasn't all that good of an element. It was a big surprise, and I'm happy for people who are happy to see John Barrowman on the screen again. But
that was nice, but the rest of it was just...
But it's pointless pandering to me, in a way.
I can get that.
I mean,
you know what this felt like to me?
What?
You said before that this was a story he had gotten from his childhood, right?
Oh, you're gonna say
I don't think Captain Jack was part of that, but no.
No, but this just feels like a kid writing fanfiction. Oh, we gotta put Captain Jack in. Let's just toss him in there, wherever.
Hello, it's me, Captain Jack. It's like this.
Me.
Like,
come on, you know me. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Fuck you all.
For me, this pointless pandering sort of thing is a really big pet peeve for me. Like, I fucking hate it. So to sit there and realize once the thing ended that, oh, that was literally the only point of it, other than Arkward stuff, really deflated me in that regard. But that's just me. So, like, I don't know.
I mean, that and also the fact that it's basically a tribute to the RTD era, which I loved, but that's its own separate thing. Let your era as a writer be its own separate thing. You don't have to keep going back to the past.
And again, as I've said with Spyfall Part 2, it's the little things. It's just, if it was one or two little callbacks, it would be okay. But
it
it's
brought
all
back the
these little
nanogenes.
callbacks. He brought back the nanogenes.
The goddamn nanogenes!
Like, the plot of the episode, Judoon quarantining Earth and looking for a fugitive, that's Series 3. Captain Jack, he was in Series 3 too. We're going to talk about it, but the chameleon arch is a thing in this episode from Series 3.
Well, that's what I'm happy to see that, because I've said I want to see that back for ages.
You know something? What series did Chris Chibnall submit his first mainline Doctor Who script?
Number 3.
Is this just old man?
Russell Davies?
Yes!
It feels like that's what he's trying to do.
Do you think he's just going to take off his mask at some point to reveal Russell T Davies? Just stroking his beard and laughing maniacally.
I think
it was me, BBC. It was me all along.
I don't get it. Like, I get it. It's like, hey, let's appeal to when the show was really popular. Maybe people who dropped off on the Moffat era can be like, hey, look, Judoon, the Chameleon Arch, it's like 2007 all over again. But I don't want 2007 all over again. If I wanted 2007 all over again, I'd go to the shelf, I'd grab my David Tennant DVDs, I would palm slap that DVD in, and I would watch fucking Smith and Jones again.
Yeah. Well, you did watch Smith and Jones again because you watched Fugitive and Judoon, but...
It's like something new, please.
Because this is basically, what if Smith and Jones and Human Nature had a kid?
Yeah.
That's what this episode is.
It's just, please remember 2007.
With a smattering of
I'm being more negative than I felt about the episode. Like, this was fun, and the other big reveal really saves it and throws things up in the air. It really does. But if this was it,
what I'm saying, though, it feels like we're watching fan fiction.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does.
I don't even know if it's fan fiction. I call it more fan service.
Fan service is a good word.
50 Shades of Grey of Doctor Who.
Oh, do we have to keep bringing that up every week?
Yes.
No, fuck you. That's not becoming a running gag.
Holy fuck, is this wrong?
But holy hell, is it erotic? Clitoris.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So that's my biggest bit of complaining out of the way about Captain Jack.
It's a fair complaint.
Nice to see him again, I guess, but wasted and kind of pandered to.
Yeah, he gets the gag of Graham Beaver saying with the Doctor is played out again, but it's funnier here.
I don't really know how I feel about that again. Come on, stop that.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we've done that, twice now?
Yeah, and now, as if one story that wasn't enough to contend with, we have 2. Or is it 3? It might be 2, but...
it could be 4, it could be a million. We got
the timeless child, we now have the lone Cyberman, who has been seen in trailers.
Oh, Jesus.
So we know it's coming, but...
Okay.
Well, I'm just including that because the Timeless Child was mentioned back in the last series and didn't come up again. Point is, this one will have some sort of payoff this year.
Because is this Chibnall's silence arc?
Oh God, I hope not. I hate
Also, what's it with the Cybermen being in modern day Who finales? That's if this shows up in the finale, that's now 4 out of 12 series.
It's all about body horror.
Yeah.
Doomsday, Series 2, and then, of course, Series 8, Series 10, and now possibly Series 12.
It's all about body horror.
Yeah, I like the Cybermen, but that's a lot.
Yeah. So, should we get to the other big thing?
Let's get to the other big thing, because, oh my God. So,
Mom, holy fuck.
Indeed. So, the Doctor takes Ruth to this church. Is it a church or Gloucester Cathedral? It's cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
After some shenanigans, she beats the holy hell out of the Judoon. Like, she just kicks their asses.
And disrespects them.
And pulls the horn off the captain, yes. Some more plot bullshit. They drive to a lighthouse. Ruth smashes a glass in the lighthouse, and holy shit, Ruth is actually a Time Lord.
Not just any Time Lord.
The Time Lord.
Not just the Time Lord.
Let me take it from the top. Hello, I'm the Doctor. And everyone went, what the fuck?
I was as soon as Jodie Whittaker the TARDIS, I was laying there, mouth agape, like, what?
This is something else.
What in the... Okay. So, we've got... I don't know what the terminology for this incarnation is. People have been calling her Dr. Ruth. So...
Oh, God, no! Dr. Ruth is a real person. No.
Can we call her Ruth? Should we call her Ruth Doctor?
For now, let's call her the Ruth Doctor.
The Ruth Doctor. Okay. So
the Ruthie.
Jesus. So Jodie Whittaker's Doctor 13. At least we assume it's 13.
We don't know anymore.
Just don't.
She doesn't know this
exactly
Doctor.
what this is.
I don't yet. So she doesn't recognize this incarnation. But, crucially, the Ruth Doctor doesn't remember being Jodie Whittaker. So, what, as they say, the fuck?
No, it's completely obvious what this is.
Well, I'm glad you're clued in.
Yes?
What happened at the end of Orphan 55 during the Doctor's big...
Oh, yeah! Okay, yeah.
You think this is a possible future?
There we go. I literally thought of this morning when I was laying in bed getting ready to get up. So thank you for bringing it up.
Timeline.
Holy shit!
It
was like, okay, that is the best explanation. Is this alternate timeline bullshit?
The multiverse.
I don't think it's that, but
into the Doctorverse.
We'll get to my theory in a second.
I mean, it's the only explanation I can think of, because why else would they point it out in Orphan 55, and then literally the next episode, oh look, there's 2 doctors who don't remember each other.
Well, I haven't even considered that.
2 episodes later, don't forget Tesla!
Oh, yeah, Tesla. I hold that in a special place in my heart, so it's
like fair enough.
When nothing else can touch it.
Alright,
we'll just hold that in isolation as its own thing.
But yeah, I didn't make that connection until this morning, but yes. The alternate timeline bullshit of Orphan 55, which many people were like, but that contradicts Doctor Who lore, suddenly actually has a goddamn point.
Although, this is an episode full of red herrings, so we may be wrong.
Who the fuck knows? Okay, so
as the Master said, everything you think you know is a lie, so who knows?
Here are a few theories that have been floating around that the Ruth Doctor is pre-William Hartnell Doctor.
No.
Which I don't really buy. Or that even there was an entire 13 Doctor cycle.
It can't be that for one very simple reason.
Because that's fucking stupid?
No, her TARDIS.
The TARDIS, yeah.
Her TARDIS is the phone box. We know that Hartnell took a grey cube or the undefined shape.
The phone. It didn't turn into a phone box.
It can't be pre-Hartnell unless
until Susan in 1963. It couldn't have turned into a phone box.
Yeah,
I can only think it must be an alternate timeline, because The inside of her TARDIS looks old, but it's the police box on the outside.
That's a fair theory, but it's not the one I think it is.
We've seen all of the reincarnations, or whatever it's called.
Regenerations?
Right?
Incarnations?
We've seen them happen.
Have we?
Here's another possibility. Which, well, before that,
Rainier, I want to say that again to me, and I will come over there and stab you.
Sorry, but it plays into my theory. It plays into my theory, and you haven't seen them all.
Maybe
we have.
No. Oh, hang on. May I?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, fine.
I'm in the camp of Kat that this is going to be alternate dimension fuckery, but there is another theory that one person, a couple people raised to me, that is a possibility, and I think this might be where Rainiac is getting at. If it's not, you can clarify. But the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton, we never actually saw his on-screen regeneration into John Pertwee.
Thank you. Got it in one.
Oh, okay, good. So this is a thing that fandom did in the 80s when the Colin Baker story, The Two Doctors, contradicted lore. And it contradicted lore because Robert Holmes didn't give two shits. But 80s fandom being 80s fandom and having to put all this puzzle piece bullshit together into a coherent Whoniverse came up with the Season 6B theory, which states that after the end of the Second Doctor's final episode, The War Games, he's picked up by the Celestial Intervention Agency, basically Gallifrey Black Ops Time Lord bullshit, and he goes on secret missions for them. Then eventually, after a time, they do put into play his sentence and exile on Earth in the 70s and turn him into John Pertwee. So, according to this theory here, if the Ruth Doctor is in that gap, then you'd have to say that the Second Doctor did go on these Time Lord secret op adventures in Season 6B. Troughton then regenerated into Joe Martin, the Ruth Doctor. The Ruth Doctor then used the chameleon to go hide on Earth, leading to the episodes of Futures of the Judoon, and then later she's found by the Times again and actually is exiled and sent to Earth as John. But in order to buy that, you have to say the Time Lords, A, wiped her entire memory of this whole thing between Troughton and Pertwee, and B, gave her exactly one extra regeneration to make up for this and make everything make sense. Which, one, I don't buy, and two, I accept that Chibnall had this story idea in his head as a child, but I cannot accept the year of our Lord 2020. He's going to dump 50-year-old on us as his season arc.
I'm not saying it is that for sure, but I think that's the most likely explanation.
You think it's Season 6B?
Because,
you think Season 6B?
I didn't know about the existence of Season 6B, but it's the fact that she says, I worked for GAT. It's not the sort of job you leave easily.
Yeah.
That sounds like Black Ops to me.
Mm-hmm.
But we're allowed to have conflicting theories, and we could both be wrong. It could be something completely different.
Alternate Dimensions feels right, considering the Orphan 55 mention.
Yeah,
it seems like Chibnall might have hinted to Haim.
This is not a parallel Doctor.
It doesn't hand wave over established Doctor Who lore that we know is true. The only reason that the Doctor continues on is because, he got the extra regenerations, and then he turned into Jodie.
Yeah. But we have had a Doctor that came between two existing incarnations before.
Yeah.
And if Chibnall is reusing ideas, he might reuse that one.
And Moffat, to be fair, he did make that gap work. But I don't know. This is a much larger gap in time. As I said, we're dealing with let's see, McGann to Eccleston. We were dealing with 8-year-old as opposed to 50-year-old lore with
true.
The War Doctor versus Season 6B. I can't see Chibnall doing it. I really can't see Chibnall pulling that.
Well, let's see.
Let's
see. I'm not saying this is exactly what he's. I'm not saying this is what he's going to do. Even if it is right, I'm not going to go, Pat, I called it. But I just think he might have the stones to try it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The minute he decides to do that, he's going to have so many Doctor Who fans up his ass.
But
Well, to be
Chibnall
fair,
was what,
he
in
cast
20s,
Jodie
the
Whittaker.
80s, right? Chibnall was
cast-
a teenager in the 80s?
Yep.
And that's when he said he had the idea for this story arc. Would he really, in the 80s, think of, potential alternate Doctors?
I think he would have. I mean, he was on the thing for a time. So the Valyard was on his mind in 1986.
That's who I thought she was going to be, by the way, when I saw the police box.
Oh, Jesus, the Valyard.
But I don't think it can be that.
I don't know.
I don't know what it can be. This is so confusing.
Here's another thing to consider. Jodie, after the end of Fugitive of the Judoon, remembers everything that happened. Normally, in a multi-Doctor story, timelines are out of sync, and only the latest incarnation remember.
That's fair.
So, she can't come after. So, Joe Martin can't come after, because otherwise Jodie would have forgotten.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Neither do I. This is wild. Chris Chibnall actually has...
I do want to praise Joe Martin's performance, though, because I will be honest.
Some people said she's a better Doctor than Jodie Whittaker.
I wouldn't go that far, because we've seen it for like 15 minutes, but she's really good. She's really good.
She is.
She wasn't that great for me anyway as Ruth. I thought Ruth was a rather boring character. Obviously, that was the idea, but there wasn't really much to Ruth. And then she smashed that glass. She changed her outfit completely, and I was totally sold.
I love the exchange between... Is there a word? How dumb you are,
Doctor? Yes. And there were some clues as to Ruth's true identity.
Oh yeah, I saw this too.
Her name.
Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth is Hebrew for friend or companion.
Oh God.
Clayton means of the earth.
Friend of the earth?
Yeah, who else on this show do we know that could be considered a companion to the earth?
Yes, because
Paving slab bitch from Love and Monsters.
Average Doctor Who watcher, I would totally have gotten that connection right off the bat.
No, you're not supposed to, but it's a clever naming convention.
Yeah, but
Authors do this all the time.
Who would ever think to look into that, except for people who are
No,
super obsessed?
you don't look into it, but writers do this little trick all the time. They make a character's name mean something when you look it up.
Oh. We're supposed to do that?
No,
Yeah.
no, that's the point. They use it to name the character. You're not supposed to look it up until after the episode.
No, I mean as a writer, we're supposed to do that?
Oh, I can't say anything because I once did a character with red hair Scarlet, so I can't say anything.
Shit, I just name people whatever sounds neat.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a clue. There was another clue, though, in Ruth's house. Now, did you see this, Fresno?
I think I saw it on Twitter after the fact. What was it?
The windows of her
Yes,
house were TARDIS-like in design. But there was another thing in her house. Did you see what that was?
Say it. You say it.
Damn it! I was about to say I finally get to do something.
No,
but,
you.
Doctor Who mirror alert. She's got a hexagonal mirror in her house.
And now I'm marrying you. Fuck.
Okay.
That's yeah. Well, what's the TARDIS interior?
Roundel. The round thing. Yeah,
No.
panel.
The shape of her TARDIS interior. It's a hexagon.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And by the way, I
got
love
you.
that TARDIS interior.
It's neat.
Holy shit, that's good.
I mean, again, as the average Doctor Who watcher, I really didn't pick up on that at all.
Yeah. I also, a couple of things. I personally am happy the Chameleon Arch came back. I've said before now, I think there was more potential in that thing. I think that had more legs as a concept.
It definitely worked for a good twist.
Yeah. And the image of the
Chibnall
TARDIS, the image of the TARDIS being buried, what a wonderful image.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
God. That was like the same shades of a twist as that part in... Oh shit, that was a Chibnall episode too! Hungrier Blood!
Yes.
Where the doctor puts his hand in the crack and pulls out a piece of TARDIS.
We're just cribbing from all the things here.
Oh shit! That was Chibnall. Fuck!
We're just cribbing from all the old stories.
Jesus Christ!
And one thing I like about...
If the doctor picks up a leaf, I'm leaving.
Oh, God!
If the doctor picks up a leaf, you're leafing?
Yes.
Boo!
Boo this man!
Boo this man. Now, I love Joe Martin's performance here as the Doctor, but there's something to suggest, and not just what you said about, maybe possible alternate Doctors, but there's something to suggest something is quite off here, because she's not that much like the Doctor.
Not like the 13th Doctor.
She uses a gun.
I would say she's a little more war doctor, if anything.
Yeah, very, very much like so. For her usual special, she uses a gun. And she is, if you'll pardon the pun, and this is another name people have been giving her, she is quite ruthless.
Wait,
Oh, God.
does she actually use the gun?
No, she sabotages the gun and gives it to Gat.
Yeah, she never actually fires the gun.
She knows
like-
full
it's-
well that Gat's stupid enough to fire the damn thing without checking it.
It's the same gambit as Remembrance of the Daleks,
Yeah.
Oh, no, please don't use this weapon against me,
I just
whatever
figured it
you
out.
do.
I just figured it out. She's like River Song.
Hey!
I don't know.
River Song would probably just shoot her.
Yeah, really someone just shot her.
I said like River Song, not exactly.
But she is quite ruthless. She knows full well what's going to happen to Gat when she pulls that trigger. It's a member of her own race. She doesn't care. And she just says, I told her, I warned her, but you didn't try to stop her.
Yeah.
A bit like the Judoon not stopping that woman running into the force field. Parallels.
Mirroring. Fuck.
Yes. One thing I'm not a fan of, though, the sonic screwdriver does too much heavy lifting here again.
It's new Who. What do you expect?
Oh, I can suddenly scan myself and this other person. Oh, we're the same person. Well, shit.
It's the sonic screwdriver has been to do anything.
Oh, I can scan this weird looking person that's got a gun pointed at us. Oh, she's Gallifreyan. Well, shit.
It's what you can echo locate to. Oh shit!
And Contact gets another outing. But yeah, it's hard to really judge this. It's hard to judge this again in isolation, but I'm not opposed to it if it goes somewhere interesting.
It's Chris Chibnall, so I'm very fucking wary.
I'm not opposed to this if it goes somewhere interesting.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
When did the Doctor in the past stop using his sonic screwdriver?
5th Doctor era.
Yeah, the 5th had it destroyed.
Because at one point Ruth said, why don't you pull out your little toy? And she sort of scoffed at the...
Yeah, she said, I don't need a Sonic. I'm too clever for a Sonic. Or worse to that effect. So yeah, I have no idea where she fits into things, but I'm eager to find out.
We'll find out.
So it's the only thing I could think of that would fit is, it being an alternate timeline.
Yeah. It could be. I'm not saying your theory is wrong. I'm not saying my theory is right. I'm just saying I don't know. And I'm just putting out an alternate theory that might be right.
Can I mention one thing, not to deal with Ruth, but this is me coming back to the end of the episode before you wrap.
Yeah.
You remember the dark, depressed Doctor thing? Because, oh, you don't know anything about me. You don't know my past, my dark, tortured history, and all that shit, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's an interesting refutation at the end of it where he repeats that, and the companions are basically just like, of course we know who you are. You're the Doctor. You brought us together. You save people. You travel about the universe doing good things. You're the Doctor. And to me, that did feel it felt kind of cribbing in another way of Death in Heaven, the I am an idiot speech, where it's like the Doctor might be insecure, anxious, desperate and whatnot, and very upset about the whole Gallifrey thing, and now totally unsure what in the fuck is going on with her. Maybe she's a fake, maybe she's a clone, maybe she's an alternate timeline, who the fuck knows. But here's the thing. That's an important lesson that I hope it'd be really good if that was the heart of the whole arc, is that she's the doctor. And it doesn't matter if you're not really the doctor. You don't have to be the doctor to be the doctor. Jackson Lake from The Next Doctor could do it. Clara can do it. A goddamn VR monk simulation could do it. You don't have to be the definitive article to embody the ideal of the doctor, traveling around, saving people, bringing people together, all that. And that could be something...
If even Donna could do it.
Yeah, Donna could do it.
She paid a price for it, but she could do it.
Yeah, well, she did, but she did it. So that's only adding to my point here, is that you don't need to be the doctor to embody the ideals of the doctor. And that could be an interesting lesson that Whittaker will have to learn as we go to the finale. Like, oh no, everything is lost. Everything I know is a lie. Who am I really? You're the doctor. You do the good thing and you save the people and you fight the aliens. That's what you do.
Honestly, as long as it's a better finale than the Battle of Rancid Crab Lagoon, I'll be okay with this finale, I think.
How could it be much worse?
Oh, there's a way. Never think there isn't a way, because there's always a way, but I don't think it will be.
We're actually setting up stuff.
We're setting up
now.
Interesting stuff at that.
Something is actually going to happen. Even if it's shit, something happened. What the fuck happened in Rancor at Kolobul?
A lot of bad things. Right. Some overall thoughts then.
Alright. Who's first?
Would anyone like to go first?
I will.
Good.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Alright. It's got a lot of potential. Its big twist at the end is definitely interesting. The very human drama that Vinay Patel, I assume, put in there with Ruth Clayton definitely shouldn't be overlooked, even with the bombast of the big, big reveals. It's important, it's lovely, and really taking the time to think about it makes the episode a little better. And Captain Jack is a bit of a pandering waste, but I'm interested to see where this shit goes.
Okay. Kat?
Okay.
Anything you'd like to add?
I'm worried now. Last time we were in a series Doctor, it was mediocre at best with a couple of really, really good episodes. And so far we've had some really good episodes. So that's good. I like to see that. My problem is that, like I said before, this feels a little too much like fan, and like Chibnall's biting off more than he can chew. We've got the second Doctor in the form of Ruth. We've got the lone Cyberman. We've got whatever the hell is going on with the Master and Gallifrey, and we've got the Timeless Child. And then somehow all four of these connect to each other. And it's very worrying. Exactly. And I can't say I liked this episode, but I can't say that I hate it, because there were good elements in there. It made me go, like, what the fuck, a lot. And that can be a good thing. But it also has a lot of potential that got wasted. It has some things that make me worry a bit for how this series is going to go. And to be perfectly honest, it just feels like we started off strong and now we're getting...
Yeah, as I say, this is almost impossible to review in isolation. A lot of big things have happened. Some that are really hard to sort of process at the moment. When I first watched this, my brain didn't know what to make of it. It really didn't. I just sort of sat there thinking, what just happened? It wouldn't take it in. I just sat there looking at the screen. And it wasn't until I got to rewatch it later on that night that things started to sink in and things started to become more apparent. And I can now give it, I think, a fair critique. This barely holds together. This episode barely holds together. It should not work. It really shouldn't work. There's too many conflicting elements for it to work. Somehow it works. I don't know how they've done it, Patel and Chibnall, but this somehow just about works and comes together as a full episode. Yes, okay, it's a plot dump for the series finale. It's a preview for the series finale. But that big twist was brilliantly done. Jo Martin is a fantastic Doctor. I don't know how long we're going to have as the Doctor, but she's a really good version of this character. I want to know more about her. I want to see her show up in the series finale. I want to see Jack show up in the series finale and have interaction with Jodie Whittaker, because that could be very tasty indeed. The various twists and turns are executed well, but I just don't know how to fairly judge it until we see the finale.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just can't. If I gave grades, this would be a question mark. I could not give it a letter grade.
That's why number grades are bullshit.
Yeah, they kind of are bullshit. And guess what? Our confusion's not going to stop next week, because we regret to inform you Chris Chibnall is at it again. He has been co-created with this story as well as this week's. This is Praxius with Pete McTee.
Oh, Jesus!
And we know next to zero about what's happening here. I mean, Fugitive Judoon ends with distress calls going out from 3 continents at the same time. Apart from that, we haven't got a clue what's going on. We know there's going to be even more story arc bullshit because Chris Chibnall's co-writing.
And Chibnall.
Other than that, we don't have the faintest idea. We don't know if there's a returning monster or a new one. We don't know if something's going to happen with the companions. If Jet's going to show up again, if the Master's going to show up again. What this episode has done, Fugitive Judoon has done, is basically anything now could potentially go. Nothing's off limits. Anyone could show up at any time.
Finally, the Rani.
And I should be excited about that, but I'm kind of trepidatious as well.
Oh, it's Pete McTee and Chris Chibnall. I'm trepidatious.
It's good that Chibnall is actually finding a way to make a series more intriguing and not just a series of standalone, non-connected episodes that either hit the mark or don't, then just forget about them. This is definitely a series of Doctor Who. I just don't know where it's going to go.
Hey guys.
Yep.
I just thought about this. Which Doctor was Jack Harkness looking for?
Well, one of the male incarnations.
Well, yeah, that's obvious, but who knows what Ruth's backstory was?
He wasn't looking for Ruth, is the point.
Are you sure?
Yes, he said, the Doctor's a woman now. He was surprised by that information.
She's also a woman.
Yeah.
Plus, there was a TARDIS on Earth. I mean...
who knows at this point?
For certain that this was our Captain Jack.
Oh my... Oh, no.
Holy Jesus!
No, alternate Doctors is one thing, but alternate Captain Jacks as well?
Look, Chibnall opened this up. For all we know, I mean... Who knows anymore?
Oh, please don't do a Doctors on Infinite Earths. Please.
Wait, what about Captain Jack meeting alternate Captain Jack?
Oh, God.
He'd fuck himself.
Oh, yes. Jerry!
He would!
Yes, he would.
You sit there and tell me Captain Jack are fuck himself.
He would, and that's why I hate the suggestion. Oh, God. I think we're going to have to tap out here because my brain's about to explode. This was tiring just thinking about. This has wrapped my brain to more knots than a pretzel.
This is the main problem that I had with what he said at the end of Orphan 55. Once you open up alternate timelines or alternate universes, it is so difficult to reel that back in. And that's why I'm so worried.
So that's about all we have to say then for Fugitive of the Judoon. It's a pivotal episode. It could be a monumental episode depending on what follows it. And it's really difficult to so truly say how we feel about it. And I'm sure when the retrospective comes up later this year for Series 12, we'll have more to say about it.
Oh, we're going to be laughing like idiots at our...
You dumb motherfuckers, you had no clue, did you?
You stupid
We only have
bastard.
5 episodes left, including next week. So.
Oh my god, they're going to cram so much into those 5 episodes.
Oh, Jesus.
For better or for worse. But yeah, thank you to Fresno and to Kat for talking with me about Fugitive to Judoon, because my god, my brain needed it. Thank you to you, the audience, for listening, and we'll see you next week, for better or for worse again, for Praxius. Until then,
Ooh.
bye for now.
Bye.